celebrate the most amazing saga of all time with us.
At least listen to that excitement. Star Wars means so much to all of us.
It's true. I have been a Star Wars fan since I was a little girl. Now, like Luke Skywalker, I actually grew up on a farm, and one of my favorite things to do was to watch my family's VHS copy of The Phantom Menace over and over again. I would see young Anakin, who was about my age, winning pod races and traveling across the galaxy. It was the most exciting thing I could imagine.
Hey, Elise, and I remember growing up as a kid in Trinidad and Tobago. My friend had a little Chewbacca toy, and I had to know who this big hairy guy was and what he was from. And my friend told me he was from a movie called Star Wars. Years later, I make it to the States, I see this movie, and I see Chewbacca on the big screen, and I was hooked for life.
So, Mark, would you say that Chewie is your all-time favorite Star Wars character?
Without a doubt.
That was a really good impression. You know, I feel like everyone kind of has their Chewie impression. Actually, that's a good idea. Okay, on the count of 3, I want you all to raise your hands over your head and give your best Wookiee roar. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that was awesome.
All right, these fans know what's up. And as fans, Star Wars connects to each and every one of us on a different level. It began back in 1977 with the release of what we now know as A New Hope. But back then, it was just called, yell it out. That's right, and I can't believe no one knew that George Lucas's sci-fi fantasy would be a huge hit. And it was released in less than 50 theaters. Can you believe that? Less than 50 theaters. Man! And one of those theaters looked a lot like this building behind me. The Hollywood Chinese Theater.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Elise, where'd you go?
I'm down here, ready to get to know these Star Wars fans! Now, I want to know who has actually been a fan from the beginning. If you saw Star Wars in theaters in 1977, make some noise! That is amazing! I cannot imagine how cool it must have been to see Star Wars in the theater.
I know, I'm sure these guys can tell you, man, the audiences went crazy for Star Wars. Star Wars fans could not get enough of Star Wars. The characters and stars were on the cover of almost every magazine. The film won a whole bunch of Academies and Oscars, and I gotta tell you, the toys, the trading cards, the posters, the t-shirts, they were flying off the shelves in record numbers. Hey, did you guys know that when Star Wars came out, the action figures were so popular, the toy makers could not keep up with demand. So, during the holidays, they actually sold an empty box with a certificate telling kids their Star Wars toys would arrive later in the year. It was called an early bird certificate set.
Wait a second, Mark. I am so confused. They actually sold empty boxes. Wait, if anyone actually received one of these empty boxes, make some noise. I gotta know.
Wow. That is crazy. Well, that is how much the world wanted new Star Wars. And in 1980 and 1983, George Lucas gave the world what they'd been waiting for. He completed the original Star Wars trilogy with The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. The sequel saw the return of the heroes and villains of Star Wars and brought even more characters to life.
Like Yoda, the Emperor.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. King of Cool, Lando Calrissian.
Hello, you're forgetting Boba Fett? I bet we have some major Boba Fett fans out here. Let me hear you! You know, I am such a huge fan of the original trilogy. I bet I could quote almost the whole thing by heart, and I bet a lot of these guys could too. Actually, that's a good idea. Okay, remember this guy? Admiral Akbar. On the count of 3, I want you guys to say his most famous line with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. It's a trap! Yes, that was it. Okay, hey, what's your name?
Logan Maxwell.
Hi, Logan Maxwell. Do you want to reenact a scene from Empire with me?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna be pretty. Okay, it's important. You are Han Solo. I say, I love you. And you say?
I love you so much also.
There's that. What's the line? I know. So close. Different galaxy. Alright, what's your name?
Louis.
Hi. Okay, so in this one, I'm gonna be Luke Skywalker and you are Yoda. You just told me to use the Force to raise my X-Wing out of the swamp. I say, alright, I'll give it a
Okay,
try.
so like,
And you say?
like one of our people, she's standing in between this tree and this light post. Would that be a
Oh,
I want to play.
What time is the fireworks actually?
You can't be cool. start quoting the most famous movie line of all time and also the most misquoted.
Thank
All
you
right,
so
this
much.
one is with Vader and Luke, and you can all say it with me. This is where Luke Skywalker accuses Darth Vader of killing his father, and of course, Darth Vader says, yes! I gotta tell you, that line back in the day literally blew my mind.
Oh, it literally did.
It did, I'm telling you. I tried, but I gotta tell you something, Elise. After Return of the Jedi, those were some sad days.
Why?
Because that was it. We thought it was over.
But it wasn't over.
No, because in 1989, George Lucas gave us some exciting news. 3 new movies would be released between 1999 and 2005.
Right, The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith.
Yes. Now, these movies were awesome.
I know, I remember when they came out, the prequels, people camped out and stood in line for weeks in advance to get their tickets to the midnight premiere of The Phantom Menace.
Yeah, don't remind me because I was one of those people.
Oh.
How many people saw the prequels in the theaters? Yes, the prequels introduced us Star Wars fans to a whole ton of new Star Wars characters. Look, we've got the Jedi Council, we've got Dooku, we got a lot of them.
And the baddest bad guy, Darth Maul. He is
Yeah.
so scary.
But I gotta tell you, we thought it was over, another dark period, until Clone Wars!
I love Clone Wars.
Yeah.
This is where you really get to see that bond between Anakin and Obi-Wan. And it marks the return of my man, Darth Maul.
Darth Maul was back.
I love him.
Yeah, there he is. But I love the new characters they introduced. Yell out some of your favorite Clone Wars characters.
Yeah. All right. What about Ahsoka? How cool is it to find out that Anakin had an apprentice and that his apprentice was a sassy, butt-kicking girl?
Yeah. There was some drama because after she walked away from the Jedi Order, she was not in the final season of Clone Wars.
Yeah, but luckily that wasn't the last we'd see of her because she does return in Star Wars Rebels. We're the Rebel fans!
Yes. Yell out some of your favorite Rebels characters. You see them, yell them out. Sabine, Ezra, Zeb. Yes, they were fantastic, these Rebels characters.
What about my man, Darth Maul?
Okay, Elise, you're obsessed.
Hey, you're not wrong.
But I get it, I love the new characters introduced by the prequels, Clone Wars, and Rebels, but I miss my favorite. I miss my walking carpet. I missed Chewbacca.
Oh, I bet you were so excited then when he returned to the big screen in The Force Awakens!
Yes! All my favorites were back. Han, Leia, everybody was back. We got Han, Leia, we got R2-D2, C-3PO, and of course Chewbacca.
A whole new generation of characters to obsess over like Finn, Poe, BB-8, and another butt-kicking girl, Rey!
Let's not forget about the villains, Captain Phasma, General Hux, Supreme Leader Snoke, and Kylo Ren.
What about Kylo Ren? So dark, so brooding, such great hair!
But how was it to hear that brand new John Williams score and see Rey and Han fly the Millennium Falcon?
It literally blew my mind.
All right, that was good. I see what you did.
Thank you. Anyway, one thing I think is amazing about this is that the saga spans generations. Some people found it in 1977, others in the 80s on VHS, some with the prequels, and for some people of our newer fans, The Force Awakens was their first time getting to see a Star Wars film in theaters. Actually, if The Force Awakens was your first chance to see a Star Wars film on the big screen, let me hear you! Oh yeah, there's been an awakening!
But I gotta tell you, Elise, as good as The Force Awakens was, Disney and Lucasfilm had more surprises, like Rogue One! Yes, they introduced us to a new team of heroes.
And a new, very quotable line by Sharut. Hey, I want to hear everyone say it with me. I am one with the Force. The Force is with me.
Yes, and Elise, it keeps getting better. There's so much more Star Wars to come.
Like The Last Jedi!
How many people saw the trailer?
It's coming out in only a few months. I am so excited.
I know, man. You know what, man? Star Wars is the coolest thing in the universe and the galaxy, and the fandom keeps getting bigger and bigger every year.
But it doesn't just stop here because fandom has spread across the world.
Whoa, Elise.
What?
I get a transmission that the Empire may be on their way to our location. We better wrap this up. We hope you enjoyed celebrating the saga with us. Did you enjoy it? Well, how about a big Tuscan ready to scream for my co-host Elise.
And I'm gonna yell Houdini like a Jawa for Mark!
Thank you very much. There's so much more to see. Enjoy your night here at Star Wars Galactic Nights.
Thank